So if you're comparing the Unistellar Odyssey Pro versus the Unistellar Evscope 2, there's a few things you should know. So this is the Unistellar Odyssey Pro. These are the only two models that have the eyepiece that you can look through, the Odyssey Pro, the Evscope 2. None of the other models of smart telescope from any other manufacturer or Unistellar offer that. So it's something to remember. It's one of the best features for using with friends, because you look through the eyepiece, you take it in turns. It creates much more of a social element as compared to passing your phone around to look at the images. And it's quite genuinely a mind-blowing experience when you set it up. Within a few minutes, you turn it on, you connect your phone, and it goes to whatever you've selected, the galaxy, nebula, planet, whatever. When you first peer through, it's pretty amazing, because you can see a galaxy right there, and there's not really any other way you can do that at all, really, without a device like this. Obviously, there are ways of doing astrophotography and astronomy doing on your screen, but a regular telescope suffers from the problem of light pollution if you're in a city. So unless you have an absolutely massive telescope, like a huge Dobsonian, bigger than me, and you'd need a garage to fit it in, you're going to be limited in what you can see. Whereas what this does, and what the Evscope 2 do, it builds the image digitally. So what you're looking at a digital image in there, and the longer it stays focused on the object, the better the object gets as it gathers more light and it stacks the image in the same way that you do with astrophotography when you build photos. So they're both with the eyepiece. What's the difference? So basically, the Odyssey Pro is easier to use. It doesn't require what you call collimation, which the Evscope 2 does do. So collimation, it's not that hard, but it's a process of adjusting the mirrors inside to make sure it's all set up properly. There are online tutorials and things, but it's a slight obstacle in my mind with the Evscope 2 to that quick grab and go experience that you get with the Odyssey Pro. You don't get with the Evscope 2. Now, if you're confident with collimation or your experience with telescopes, then that's probably not a problem, and you get then a better technical telescope with the Evscope 2, because that's its advantage. It has higher aperture telescope, it has a higher resolution sensor camera inside. The Odyssey Pro is slightly lower spec, but easy to use. So if you're not familiar with telescopes and collimation, the process, this one's probably for you. If you want a super sexy, easy to use smart telescope that you can just pull out whenever you want, not have to relearn the process, this is for you. You can just have it around. It looks awesome if you want it on your balcony or in your backyard. However, if you are confident with the process of collimation, then probably the Evscope's for you. So in short summary, Odyssey Pro, easier to use. Evscope 2, slightly harder to use, but slightly higher spec in terms of its key specifications and the quality of the images it can produce.